Hi, beautiful people. I'm back again. Like, Spirit wants me to get this information out. So, I mentioned in the previous video that there was another card when I was shuffling that came out from another deck, a different deck, deck. It's called, let me get it for you, because I know sometimes people will ask me, what's the name of that deck that you're working with? So, this deck, isn't that interesting? I just noticed something. So the first deck that I was working with earlier, where that card popped out before I even shuffled, I was just getting ready to shuffle and it just popped out. I was like, okay, no, you don't need to shuffle. We're just showing you you don't need to shuffle. This is what we want you to talk about. Okay. The same thing kind of happened with this deck as well. I did manage to shuffle with this deck, and this card came out, and it was so clear to me. And as I'm looking at it, it's yellow, a lot of yellow in this deck, and you'll know in this card that came through, this oracle card that came through, and yellow represents our solar plexus, right? And that's our will, our personal strength and power, right? Which we fight with all the time, or we give our power and energy away to others in situations, even to our mental thoughts. So this is a struggle that a lot of us go through. And when we give our power away, solar plexus is affected, and it can turn into physical problems in our stomach issues, digestion problems, things like that. So for whatever reason, as I'm looking at this word, and I'm so open right now, as I'm looking at this card, and I'll show it to you in a minute, there's a lot of yellow in it, right? And there's a turtle on it, and the turtle, what, if you think about a turtle, especially those big turtles, they live for years, right? Hundreds of years, some of them, I think, right? Some of them, like, they're old. They're like old. You want to talk about old souls? They're like old souls. They've seen a lot of stuff through their journey, right? So they've been in all different experiences through that journey as well. So this is really amazing that it's still very much connected to the card that came through. And this, again, is just spirit showing me that I'm right where I'm supposed to be as far as sharing and being the channel. And my bird won't stop chirping, so I apologize if you hear her in the background. This energy has been very, very heavy and thick today, yesterday as well. It's been very heavy. But, as I mentioned in the earlier video, when you're going through that heaviness, that energy shift, it's really important for you to do things that are creative, keep yourself balanced, listen to music, whatever it is you're guided to do that feels good for you, okay? Because movement is important to release that energy. Walking, a lot of times I have to ground. And in this case, it's just channeling. It's just connecting with spirit. It's doing what I love to do. It's igniting my passion. And I feel like that's why I'm able to fight a lot of this energy that's coming through. Between yesterday and today, I've been channeling like crazy and making videos like crazy. So as tired as I am, it don't make a difference, right? Because the information is still coming through. Look, my eyes are even glassy at this point. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee though. Excuse me. It's probably cold by now. Yes, it's cold. Probably have to microwave it. But anyway, so this is another card, and I feel like this is also connected to the stepping into higher consciousness series and the soul's journey back to your heart, your home, right? Home, what home feels like, which a lot of the star seeds look like they feel like they don't belong here, and they keep looking, and a lot of souls, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Because 3D is hard. 3D, I don't know. Like, I just feel like as time, I know, I'm sorry, I'm going into a whole nother thing now. It's like 3D. I really do feel, and I mentioned this in my series too, that 3D, as I spoke about how we choose to come back to learn certain lessons that we may have not learned in a past life, to share, to learn, and get through. I feel like 3D, because of the density of this planet, of this realm, it's harder, probably harder than any of the other civilizations. I mean, I'm sure there was lessons, hard lessons in those civilizations, especially the higher realms, were probably a lot easier because we didn't have the density energy to get them, we get there. And actually, that's where we're going. We're going into that higher frequency, that higher consciousness, because it's lighter, right? When we're in 3D, it's ego, it's materialistic, it's all of this stuff that really messes with us, right? Because it's density, it's heavy, right? So I really do feel like the souls who chose to come back into the 3D to learn lessons, those I feel are probably the ones going through the hardest lessons. And of course, it comes down to whether you choose to learn that lesson or not. But I really do feel the 3D lessons that we're supposed to learn are probably the hardest ones to learn, more so because of the 3D density. Anyway, back to my beautiful card. Between worlds, right? New direction. Look at the bottom. See, I didn't even see that. New directions. Now again, when this card popped out as the one earlier, I don't read what the oracle message is. I just kind of channel whatever I'm being channeled and to share with you, and then I read it, and I'm channeling. We don't go back and forth, and it makes so much more sense, and it validates a lot of the stuff that maybe talking about, right? So again, between worlds and new directions, and the turtle represents journey, right? It represents a journey as we are going through journeys right now, right? Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, so again, I definitely don't want this to be a long video, but just to let you know that this is another card, and I really do feel like it's connected to the higher consciousness series, and also the soul's journey back to your heart, to your home. All right, so let me read it before my mind starts going all over the place again. And what I noticed, what I didn't get to finish saying, so my mind is everywhere. Sacred Spirit. This is the deck. This is the deck that I'm using. And look at the word sacred, right? Sacred Spirit. And now when I look at the other one, it was also Sacred Rebels. I didn't make that connection until just now. Look at that. Connected. Look at that. We can't get any more connected than that. Awesome. Just thought I'd share that. Whatever way you take it. I was just kind of like, look at that. The word is so big, sacred, right? Because everything is sacred. The things we go through, it's sacred. So between worlds, here we go. Let me read it. Life transition, new direction. Okay, and this is exactly what this new awakening is about, right? It's a transition from an old way of being into a new way of being, and stepping into that higher consciousness, okay, of our healed, the healed version of ourselves, right? So, life transition, new direction. The ancient soul of the sea turtle travels on many journeys throughout its physical life. That was what it was called. The sea turtle. The sea turtle. They lived to be hundreds of years old. So they've had some experience and went through so many journeys. So it's so cool how it's representing the journey that this card came out, representing the journey we're all on, right? And all of the experiences we go through in life, right? Here we go. The hard shell of the turtle is its home and protection. Across many religious and cultural groups, turtles can be viewed as good or bad omens. They are often visualized as the bridge between heaven and earth, and the guiding spirit that supports the world and its people. Yes. So interestingly enough, I just received a message, and so the turtle, right, the sea turtle, is a representation of the journeys that and lessons and the experiences that we go through as well, right? the way society has shown us things that we had to follow and so forth. Anyway, and here where it says they are often visualized as the bridge between heaven and earth and the guiding spirit that supports the world and its people. What came to me in that moment when I read that was, damn, what is going on with the collective in your throat chakras? Clear. Express, please. Express. Journal. If you can't verbalize, journal. Get it out. Sing. Open up. We really need to clear this because this is our voice. We need to be able to express these experiences, right? We need to release so we don't hold on to and create physical problems, thyroid problems, and so forth. Okay? So what they're saying is the bridge between heaven and earth, right? And they're on a journey to get back home too, right? So they have to go through their experiences. They're going through their transformations, right? As they're going. And the shell is a representation of their home, right? That's interesting because it's their home and they carry it with them, right? They carry it with them. Oh my goodness, that's a download. They carry it with them everywhere they go. So if you really wanted to look deeper into that, what is it that we carry within us all the time, right? Home. We're all looking to get home, to get back home, right? But home is here. Home is within ourselves. Just like the shell is the home of the turtle. And they carry it with them all the time, right? We carry it with us all the time. How cool is that? The realization. Also, our heart, our soul, right? It is home. We are on this journey to get back to home where we will always feel connected. We should feel connected, but life happens, our experiences happen, our lessons happen as the turtle will go through their journey, right? So representation of the shell being home, our heart and soul being home. We're trying to get back there, right? We're trying to get back to who we truly are. The heart in the chakra system is the bridge to the spiritual and the physical, right? Same connection as what they just said here. It's in the turtle, the sea turtle, is visualized as the bridge between heaven, spiritual, earth, physical, right? So our heart is the same representation of home. It's here. It is here. We could always go back home if we choose to, right? We just have to learn that we can. So we have to go through what we choose to learn to get back there, right? That is so interesting that I just made that connection. But it's, wow, that's pretty amazing. I'm telling you, Spirit's not playing today. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I'm learning a lot too. Go in here. Okay. So again, across many religious and cultural groups, turtles can be viewed as good or bad omens, right? And that's the experiences and lessons that we choose or not to learn, choose to learn, right? Society, the things that are the journey that we go through, the experience that we go through, right? They are visualized as the bridge between heaven and earth and the guidance spirit that supports the world and its people. Our soul, our heart, our intuition, our guidance system, our home is within us, within the turtle. Turtles are independent travelers. So when we talk about this being a lonely journey, imagine the turtle. It's independent. It's an independent traveler, as we're an independent traveler because we're trying to find ourselves back home, which is source, really. It's just going back where we came from, right? Which is already inside of us, right? So we're doing it, and that's why it feels lonely to us here in the physical sense, because we are traveling this journey on our own, and no one can go through the experiences or learn the lessons that we chose to learn but ourselves. Therefore, making ourselves be the independent traveler to get back to that place of knowing and understanding and awareness, right? Of who we truly are. We're on this journey by ourselves. We have the guidance out there. We have the healers out there, the light workers out there, the motivators out there to help awaken us and help us to recognize who we really are. They're there to guide us. But we're still going through that journey on our own, right? That's why it always feels lonely, because we're the only ones going through it. But we have our internal guidance, so we're really never alone. We just have to tap into that part of us. Turtles are independent travelers, always pushing forward in new directions, and that's what the soul's evolution is about. Going into new directions, going through new experiences, not being stuck in the old. It's growing, evolving. The turtle's here to show us that. The sea turtle. Always pushing forward in new directions. The nature of the sea turtle encourages exploration and experimentation at a steady pace. Patience is needed now as you encounter new opportunities that will directly affect your life decisions. Oh, yes, it will. While the turtle represents the patience of life and waiting for the right time, you are encouraged not to wait too long. Right now, you may be feeling energetically blocked, physically stagnating, or feeling stuck. Wow, my goodness. Or in between decisions that could take you left or right, leaving you worrying if you will make the wrong decision. Everything comes in divine direction with the turtle totem. Try to avoid waiting too long to seize opportunities if they present themselves while the current momentum is present. Being in the right place at the right time is essential for the turtle. Be patient but assertive. A new chance, a new change in career path, wow, living arrangements, and residential locations are possible now. Your home is your sanctuary. Ensure a physically clean and decluttered atmosphere for relaxation and wellness. Pay close attention to where you direct or channel your personal energy, as you can be led down opposing paths. Travel and long journeys can be favorable now, including physical and spiritual quests. Go with the flow, enjoy the journey, and trust in the process of life. Ultimately, just like the sea turtle, you may need to surrender. Oh my God, this stuff is so, wow, amazing. Let your spirit wander and drift within the sea of life to find your direction. Wow. That is friggin' amazing. I don't even have to pull any more cards. And like I said, I didn't even have to really do too much with shuffling, because the cards just popped out. And again, I really do feel like it's just a continuation of the series of stepping into higher consciousness. The journeys, the soul's journey back to home, to your heart, your home, your soul, right? And as they explained in this message from Between Worlds, everything that was just read to you and shared with you is all about exactly where we are and what we are doing at this present time. And I feel that is why the energies are so accelerated, right? Because we're being forced to let go of that energy, to no longer stay in that energy, because life is going to pass us by like that. And I guess that is the reason why it's saying, don't wait too long. It's being presented to you now. What do you choose to do with that information? Right? Do you still feel like you'll need to stay stuck and be in that old place? Or you're ready to take the actions to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? And if you're finding it difficult to get to the next step, the next level, then you need to get to a place of surrendering and allowing guidance to come in and help you get through it. Ask for it, pray for it, call in your angels. And I feel like in this, they're saying an angel assistance, one of the angels to call in, one of the archangels to call in is Archangel Suriel, Suriel, knowledge of life and cycles. Call in Archangel Suriel to give you the knowledge, to help you understand what is really going on with you. Call in Archangel Michael to protect you and guide you and give you the courage to move forward. Our angels are there waiting for you. All you have to do is ask, right? Because they can't intervene unless you ask for them to come in. This is where the power of prayer, affirmations, intentions are so important at this time. So no, this is not a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's time for us to move into that next cycle, to awaken to the possibilities, to go to the next level, right? The next adventure. And we can make it. During this awakening, we're being shown a lot of things about ourselves, right? And you still have the choice of what decisions you choose to make. Do we want to repeat the same choices that really just keeping us stuck? Or our choice is going to be more in alignment with what is next for us? And you're going to know that by the way you feel and the things that come through for you during this new awakening, right? It's just trusting and allowing the process to continue. This is not a life sentence of pain and suffering, unless you choose it to be a life sentence of pain and suffering. This is a life of exploration, of growth, of evolution. And we need to see and know that we are greater and more powerful than what we're stuck in the 3D thinking mentally and using those limited beliefs and staying in those limited beliefs and programming. Rewrite the program, delete the hard drive, and start over. Start from scratch, because all those lessons and experiences are teaching you a lot about who you are, what you tolerate, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. And it's up to you now to take that information, that knowledge that you gained along that journey, the journeys as well, and now shift it into creating a brand new program, your program, right? Of the way you want it to be for you. And you're the only one who can do that. No one else can do that for you. The guidance is there to guide you along the way and help you get through it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to be the one to make the choice, to make the change or not, to heal, to learn the lesson or not. You're in control of all of that. All right, my beautiful people. Those two messages that came through today were intense and so profound. I'm still in awe of how all of this is connecting and how it all is showing itself. And I'm being guided to continue doing this work, be this channel to help as much as I can. All right, lovely. So again, look at the series, follow the series, follow as I'm being downloaded with information, creating the videos. Watch the journey, learn from the journey, receive the information, open up to the possibilities of your truth, and connect with the best version, the higher version, the healed version of who you truly are. All right, lovelies? Okay, I guess I'll be coming at you soon, as Spirit says and tells me I'm next. Next level. We're ready to go to the next level, right? Game over? Not yet. We're getting there, though. We're getting there, right? So let's keep going through those levels. Let's get through them, because you can do it. I love you all so very much. Have an amazing, wonderful day. And I will be seeing and talking to you soon.